So. Oh. There you go. Coming to you live from KSDT Studio.
You want to do it? No.
It's Dynamic Panel.
I can do it. Okay. For those of you that don't listen to the show or haven't listened to it before, my name is Joseph Liu. I'll be your host for this program. With me, of course, is Paul Coral, who is the Hall to my oats, the ketchup to my mustard, the Snooki to my situation. And with us, of course, is our producer slash music manager slash sound effects guy, or PMS I like to call him. Ben Young's on the show.
Hello.
Our guest is none other than Raymond Carley. Say hello, Raymond.
Hey, guys.
Raymond, judging from your accent, I'm pretty sure you're from Mississippi, right?
No, you'd be completely wrong there, Joseph. I produce the newsletter every week for iHouse. That gets distributed all across iHouse. And we'll keep everyone updated with what's going on.
If we asked you nicely, would you put our show in your newsletter?
That is a possibility. That is a possibility. It is supposed to focus on iHouse events, but
if we limit the show to 2 Lucky Charm jokes, can we be I already used one, so.
I actually just lived up the road from Bono. Like, it's about a 2-minute walk from my house, which is sort of cool. You see him driving around as a Jag sometimes, but I do know I'm a big fan of YouTube music.
Bono can drive? I always assumed that, like, to save energy, he just rode like one of his lesser band members, like The Edge. Yeah. I think that we can tax something better than fatty foods. You can tax a concept, tax racism. In Diamond Bar, this city that is very close to me and Paul, there's this teacher from the local middle school, and shockingly, he recently got arrested because of relationships he had with a 14-year-old.
What?
Think, like, Ben, for example, do you think like teachers have this super like position over students that they can like manipulate them into doing things like this?
Of course. I've always thought as school as sort of a jail, you know, as if they're holding, they're holding me hostage for like what, 8 hours, and so. You know, I could imagine some.
And the only way to get out is to have sex with the prison guard.
Well, no.
Hello, Joseph. It is good to be back on Dynamic Panel.
Hi.
Sorry about last week. I just got back from my sexual reassignment software update. My owner was lonely and wanted to hear a girl's voice, so he made me talk him to sleep.
What? Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that, Watson.
But I'm back to my normal self and ready to read the announcements.
Farmville, the popular Facebook app, is being converted into a movie. What next element of Facebook should be converted into a movie? What should the next movie be, Calvin?
Well, I guess it should be Tag. You're it.
So, Paul, I know in past weeks you've thrown parties and they're not that successful. Now here's your day to redeem yourself. It's Halloween. Are you going to throw a successful party this week?
I'm going to throw a successful party at the 6th College Place and Market, a successful restocking and cashiering party.
All right.
Very responsive.
How much alcohol is going to be there?
We don't carry alcohol at the 6th College Place and Market.
I hear those parties are sick. I caught chlamydia at one.
So let's introduce our guest for today's show. Is none other than Jocelyn Coca.
Hey.
According to our background check, which we perform on all our guests that come to our show, it says here that you set your Facebook profile to private. What are you trying to hide? Anyway, Jocelyn, you're in the Hawaiian Dance Club, so I guess the number one question that the audience wants to know is how uncomfortable are one of those coconut bras?
They really are, like, sometimes you don't have like the right size cup, and like they're just
what
not
is the cup
that
size
flattering,
range?
you would think.
Like how many different sizes of coconuts could there possibly be?
As far as I know, they only go up to a C cup.
They only go up to a C cup.
Yes.
That's unfortunate. That means Paul can never be a coconut raw dancer.
I'd have to wear like 2 on each boob or something.
He is very voluptuous. Wisconsin, this wonderful state up in the north, wants to have all their sexual education classes require the teachers to promote abstinence and marriage. Do you think it will be effective if a teacher says, hey kids, don't have sex, just stay abstinent till marriage? Paul.
If it's a really cool teacher, but it might work. But if it's not, like, if it's a teacher everybody hates, like Mr. Taylor.
Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor was our 9th grade health teacher, and
Mr. Taylor.
He wasn't very informative. I still don't know how sex works, to be honest. The TSA has they decided that during this Christmas holiday, they'll legally be allowed to unwrap your presents.
You know what we should do? We should all go somewhere this Christmas, get a bunch of presents,
and fill them up with coal. And then when the TSA opens them, yeah, because TSA is naughty.
What if like Santa's reindeer coach breaks down one year and he has to actually fly, you know, on the plane, and he has a whole bag, and they're like, "I'm sorry, we're gonna have to confiscate this. You're on our no-fly list, Santa."
They would have to open every single one of those presents. Man, that would take a while, and all the kids would be sad because they would get no presents.
Santa Claus is coming to town on a United flight. These parents are going to lose custody of their children because they named them after Nazis. One of their children's name is Adolf Hitler. The other one is named Aryan Nation.
Are the parents like Nazis?
Oh, they're just hipsters, actually.
They're just hipsters? Okay.
I think the new like hip name right now, like I think a lot of kids are going to be named this in 2012, will be Occupy.
Because that's the place where they were conceived.
Our guest for today's show is Kiss FM employee Tim Chang.
If you guys ever want to try and win a prize, you just call the 800 number.
What kind of prizes are there?
Concert tickets, tickets to Disneyland, tickets to Knott's Berry Farm,
tickets to Tim's Pants as well.
Oh,
yeah.
He gives those out by the dozen.
Those are free. No, you don't need to win that. Okay, this is how it works. You have to be caller 102 to win these prizes.
You have to be a caller 1 to 100 to get that.
100 and second caller.
What are some interesting experiences you had at Kiss FM working there?
I interned last year for Wango Tango, and I had an encounter with your guys' favorite artist, Adam Lambert.
Okay, what happened to you and Adam Lambert besides him getting your pants?
Give him one of those tickets.
Besides him blowing me.
Tim, we're going to ask you a series of questions. You answer as quickly as possible, right?
Sure.
Okay, Monopoly or Scrabble?
Monopoly.
Parade or fireworks?
Parade.
Froyo or Frogurt?
Froyo.
Would you rather have magical wizard powers or a one-night stand with Emma Watson?
One-night stand with Emma Watson.
He has his priorities, guys. Talk about the UC Davis pepper spray thingy.
Oh, yeah.
I think the best solution would have been for the police officers to start crying in front of them. Making the protesters have pity on them.
Please move.
Looks like that makes the protesters look like the bad guys in that scenario. Anyway, me and Ben were talking about manly things today. We were talking about football. We'll talk about it simply, and Paul will understand it because I'll explain it in terms that he can understand. So it actually clinched the division, which means that they can go to the playoffs. Now, the playoffs is this concept, Paul, where teams play each other off season. Now, the Super Bowl is this game where the winner of one division, a division is a group of teams, by the way, Paul. Let's talk about Tim Tebow, Ben. Tim Tebow is this quarterback. See, a quarterback.
No, I'm dying to know.
Wait, what were we going to talk about again?
Okay, Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow.
What a quarterback is.
Okay, see, what a quarterback does.
Yeah, you know what it is. Everything we do big. Yeah, screaming that's nothing. When I start up the mic, that's something. Ripping my show, when you hear it, you know everything. We tell it all from the top to where the news is. I'm in Ramicano.
Yeah, everybody listen to the panel.